Good afternoon, everybody, from the 2012 Little League World Series here on Saturday afternoon. I'm losing track of days. Saturday afternoon from the Williamsport Sun-Gazette. I'm Mitch, Rupert, standing alongside the Dr. Chris Masse. We're here to talk to you about Day 3 of this Little League World Series tournament and the U.S. side of the field. Chris will be covering the U.S. side all week, and he's already done a lot of work. Pick up the Sun-Gazette. Go to www.sungazette.com to read all the coverage from all our writers here in South Williamsport. Chris, I think the first thing I want to talk about is last night, a nice win for Texas, and Jordan Cardenas with a big home run early in the ballgame, but maybe his pitching performance later in the ballgame was the big swing for Texas. Which one, in your opinion, was probably more important for San Antonio?
Oh, the pitching, no doubt. The home run led off the game. It was 1-0 at that point. Nice start, but it wasn't really the difference in the game. The difference was Jersey's got bases loaded, 4-2. They got the whole crowd behind them. Looking behind us, that whole third base, the right field bleachers. Everybody was standing on their feet. You just feel the momentum turning. And New Jersey had a good hitter coming up with doubles last time up. Then they had the top of the order with Emil Matty. Everything looked like it was going Jersey's way, and he did a great job. He got his big strikeout. And then he gets Matty to ground out the shortstop, and you can just almost feel the wind come out of Jersey sails a little bit, and it just seemed like Texas loosened up a little bit. That to me was the big difference in the game.
You never know what to expect from these opening games here at the Little League World Series. Everybody's played at least one game now. Curacao and Germany playing their second game, the first game of the day here Saturday. But New Jersey, you said your pick was San Antonio to win the U.S. final, win the World Series. New Jersey really made them work for that win. How good of a game did New Jersey play?
I thought they played a great game. They could have easily won that game. They beat themselves more than Texas beat them. They played them straight up. If you take away the errors, obviously defense is a big part of the game, but that's uncharacteristic for New Jersey. They're usually a great defensive team. If you saw them against Delaware in the Mid-Atlantic final, they just made every play possible, including a lot of big ones that saved hits. But they did a great job. They hit Tyler Vitt, Texas' ace, probably better than anybody has this whole summer. So they represent themselves real well, and they have a tough game tonight against Oregon. But that's a team that should take some confidence from that, and should feel good if they can win tonight about the chance to move forward.
And they're going to get the crowd backing, like Chris said. That entire third base side filled up with fans from Parsippany, New Jersey. Was it similar to like the Keystone backing last year, where obviously not 40,000 strong, but you can kind of ride that emotion for a couple games?
I think so, and you could start to feel it in that fourth inning. I can't get into the minds of the 12-year-old kids, but it seemed like Texas was starting to feel the pressure a little bit there, and New Jersey was feeding off that. For a stretch there that inning, everybody was coming up to the plate and doing something good for them. So like I said, to have a chance to win a game against a team like Texas, you combine that with them being a really good team and with the crowd being firmly behind them. I think if they get that first win, it's the most important one, and they can get on a little roll right now.
The final of the first round games last night, Oregon and Indiana played right here, really tooth and nail the whole way. Just one big inning for Indiana. Did they just seem to become a little loose, just put a couple hits together? What happened?
This is an Indiana team I really admire. They've been through a lot on and off the field. Plug the Sun-Gazette. There's a column on Caden Speckens and Bryce Baker with the Mars paper about some of the ordeals they've had to overcome. Just the whole team's so resilient, and it seems like no matter what the situation is, they've done this a lot where maybe they struggle for 4 or 5 innings, and they really have to get it done. They find a way to get it done, and some of that's coaching. If you watch Brett Mann during a baseball game, their third base coach, constantly talking to these guys, they understand every situation. I think they're prepared for everything. They have good scouting reports. So I think the first, second time through the lineup, man, 1, 2 times through the lineup, maybe they struggle a little bit. You usually can't fool them the third time around. And I think you saw that, and I think you saw how deep they are. The guys that started that rally were all substitutes. 2 singles, Sam sat butt. So they're just a real gutty team. I think they're as resilient and scrappy as they are talented, and that can take them a long way.
6 hits over the final 2 innings for Indiana, so they obviously figured something out in their last couple at bats. And Greg, is it Mehlaff from Oregon? Is that how you say it?
I think so.
Mehlaff, tough,
right.
yeah, tough luck loser for Oregon last night. But for 4 innings, he had a no-hitter going. Did he show some good stuff?
Oh yeah, he's Coach Jason Triple said after the game. That's basically what he's done all summer. He's been their ace. He's been brilliant all year. You can't pitch any better than he did those first 4 innings. He had 3 2/3 innings of no-hit ball. I think he had 7 strikeouts during that span. And his pitch count, even having 7 strikeouts, his pitch count was still low. And I think what happened finally in the 4th inning is Indiana got a little more patient with the curveball, and they started sitting fastballs. They got deeper in the counts. They waited for the fastball and were able to drive it. But he did everything he could to keep that team in the game. And like the coach said, that's the kind of kid he is, and he's done it all year.
We've seen a lot of good things from all the teams in this U.S. field, and just in the first round games. So you have to think all of them are capable of winning a game here, even making a run deep. It's exciting to see. But Chris, with the couple winners brackets game coming up, tell me the game you're most looking forward to.
I got to go California, Tennessee. I think that's a great one. Those are 2 teams, Southeast versus West. Always, no, that's going to be a big game. Those 2 teams, those 2 regions historically do so well here, and both teams have their aces. We saw Brock Myers from Tennessee put on a show the other night against Nebraska. And Bradley Smith pitched a great game against Connecticut. It was awesome at the plate going for a homer. So I think that adds even more intrigue to it. That's going to be a dandy. Myers has been so good, but California has some big sticks, so I think that's going to be a 1-2 run game. I think that'll have the fans buzzing most of the game.
I think on the first day of the tournament, Chris and I were both kind of reluctant to put Tennessee in that category with Texas and California. Are you ready to put them in there now?
Yeah, absolutely. I knew they had the pitching, and Myers, I think, is one of the best pitchers internationally or in the U.S. field. But they showed they can hit the ball really well too against Nebraska, especially late in that game. 4 home runs, they had 10 different guys, that's 13 hits. That speaks to their depth. So yeah, absolutely, they're definitely one of the national title contenders.
That's going to do it for us here from day 3 of the 2012 Little League World Series. Remember, you can follow all the Sun-Gazette sports writers on Twitters. We'll put our Twitter handles up so you can find us. Find us walking around the Little League grounds. We got Sun-Gazette pins to hand out. And just like I said yesterday on Twitter, you steal John Girardi's fedora, we'll give you 5 pins.
I'll give you 10.
Chris will even give you 10. Look at that, 15 from the 2 of us to steal John Girardi's fedora. Keep that in mind. From the Williamsport Sun-Gazette, he's the Dr. Chris Masse. I'm Mitch Rupert. We'll talk to you later.